Hey guys, it's Jessica Hayes. So, as you can see, I do have the brand new Limecrime Venus XL palette in my hands. So I just received this palette in the mail a few days. I've had a chance to use it 1 or 2 times. So this is almost like a first impressions for me because I am going to be using new shades that I haven't tried in here yet. So if you want to see how this palette performs and a little review at the end, then keep watching. So if you are new to this channel, then hello, welcome. If you're not, you know that I am the biggest sucker for any red or pinky or orangey toned eyes. So this is like pretty much my dream palette, and I already love the Limecrime Venus palette. So I was so excited when I saw this was coming out. I haven't bought a lot of palettes in the last year or so because I just haven't been like super excited about anything coming out, and as soon as I saw this coming out I was like, I know that I'm going to buy this one. So this palette is $56. I did buy it off the Limecrime website, but it will be available off Ulta on the 1st of March as well. And of course this palette is completely vegan and cruelty free. I don't know where to start off. I want to do like a really blown out red eye. What's new? What's new, Jess? I'm gonna start off with this color Scallop, and I'm gonna use this on my Bdellium Tools 785 brush, and I'm just gonna start to use that as kind of making a big halo around the eye area. Blends like a dream. So I'm just gonna work that color Scallop, which is a really light peachy pink, kind of all around the eyes. We're gonna do a big look with this today. I'm actually gonna take a little bit of this color Blank Canvas and Scallop just a little bit, and because that color is gonna be lighter, because it's diluted a little bit with that cream shade, I'm just gonna use that to blend out this. So next I'm gonna take this color here, Supreme, on the tip of my 175 brush from Cozzette, and I'm gonna use that to start deepening up the outer corner of the eye. I'm gonna use the point of this brush. So this is kind of a little bit of a mid-tone color. It looks like more of a satin finish, so it's not shimmery nor is it matte. It doesn't seem as pigmented as the peachy pink color that we used at first, but that's probably due to it being a satin color. But I am building up on it, and you can see I have no fallout yet. I've been wanting to use this color so bad. Botticelli. I know I'm gonna murder this name. I'm gonna use my little Cozzette S185 brush for this. This is a nice tiny little fluff brush, so I'm just gonna use that on the very edges right here. I'm gonna start by pressing it in a little bit at first just to build that color, and then I'm just going to use the fluff just to blend it out a little bit as well. I'm going to do this on the inner corner of the eye too, switching over to a firmer brush so that I can actually get a little more pigment on. This is the Furless Pro 3M brush. So this color definitely works better with more of a building, pressing motion and a firm brush. Oh, I love it so far. Still no fallout, you guys. Back to the tip of that Cozzette brush, and I'm gonna mix this color Botticelli and Supreme together. Unfortunately, I don't know another language, which is quite sad. I wish I knew another language, so I feel like it's always harder for me to try to pronounce. So just taking the tip of that brush just to fluff through the crease of the eye. And I'm just kind of creating a little bit of a halo moon shape. Go back in with that Cozzette brush and the color Supreme, and just make sure that that's all nice and blended back into that peachy pink that we originally laid down. Back in with that big fluffer brush and that color Scallop, and just make sure everything's buffed and blended in. I'm going to use a little bit of the Makeup Geek Plumeria liner to line the waterline and just pop a little bit underneath the lash line. Just really buff under the eyes. This doesn't have anything on it, but I just want to make sure that there's no lines under there. You can use a small brush if you don't want it to be so diffused underneath the eye. Then I'm going to go back in with, you know what, I'm going to use this color Celestial. It kind of has a little bit of like a glimmer to it, which usually these kinds of shades I feel like you put on and then the glitter just falls out of it. You don't really see it. That's why when you're using these shades, definitely use a pressing motion. That way you'll get a chance to see a little more of that glittery color as well, because if you just blend it all over, that glitter is going to fly off. So obviously not blended yet, but that's the color Celestial, and you can tell the glitter doesn't really stick to it very well. So I think I want to use as many colors as possible. I'm gonna take Goddess, and I'm just gonna buff the ish out of the bottom of my eyes, kind of like that Lolita blush look where it just fades down onto the rest of the face. So I'm gonna start off with this brush for this first, and then I just want to just clean up underneath the tear duct a little bit, and then I'll go in with this blushy look. Now that we're looking completely cracked out, I just want to take my foundation brush and just get it in the tear duct right here. Some people love it, but I don't like it to be too heavy, like in this area right here. I feel like it can kind of just alter the look of the face a little bit. For the blowout, I really like it on the outer corner of the eye. So just taking whatever's left on that foundation brush and just cleaning up that inside of the eye. So I'm gonna take this color, this Goddess color right here on this Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm just gonna use that to slightly buff down the cheeks. So we're kind of creating that under eye blushy look. Obviously, you can skip this part if you want it to just be a nice, somewhat normal, cracky eye. Basically, we're just using little blending, buffing motions with that brush and pulling it downwards and outwards as well. Just gonna make sure that the top of the blend is kind of melding into it as well. You don't want you. So basically just adding a teeny tiny bit at a time. This step does take a little more time because it's better to add it just in smaller increments. I love this under eye blush look just for something a little bit different and artistic without really having to do much work. I'm going to take a little bit of this scallop color just to kind of get the edges, just because it's a little lighter. Make sure you get the other side nice and even. So I'm going to go back to that foundation brush and lightly dab any areas where it may have gotten a little too far forward, because we want to just concentrate it more so on the outer skirts of the eye. I love the little fringe and the under blush. It makes me feel like a cute Japanese girl. So I've left the lid of the eye bare. You could use any of these colors. You could even use like blank canvas if you just wanted to keep it a nice blank eyelid. I think I'm gonna stick with this pinky theme, and I'm gonna use this color here, Ethereal, because this kind of has a really pretty reflect to it that you just need to see to know what it looks like. I'm just taking this Cozzette big flat shader brush and I'm just patting that onto the lid of the eye. And I like that it's not too dark, so it's not going to take away from that halo effect that we have going on. I might actually get in there with my finger and just, yes, that's good. Sometimes finger works best for this step. I might actually, just going to grab a little bit of this ethereal color because it's got that pinky reflect to it, and just use it just on the mid planes here on the cheeks, just to give a little bit of a fun glow to the edge of that blush. Kind of gives a glossy wet look effect that would look so pretty on a medium to deep skin tone. Oh my gosh. Just gonna use a blush brush just to buff that out. So I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes and pop some mascara on. My favorite is Too Faced Better Than Sex, and then we'll choose a lip and chat about the palette after that. I'm not gonna go too crazy on the lips, so I've just chosen this really pretty color called Faded. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of this color, Beat It, and just pop it in the center. Just gonna buff that out with my finger. Just gonna clean up the insides of the eyes just a little bit right here with a concealer brush. So that is it, my friends. I'm kind of obsessed right now. I think it's so freaking cute. I love under blush. I don't do it very often, but the reason why I wanted to do it today is so I could kind of use as much colors in one look for you so that you did have a chance to see a few colors used. Yesterday, I actually used Burnt Gold and Love. So Burnt Gold just in the crease of the eye and then Love pat all over. And it was a really pretty, just simple, neutral look. This time I just wanted to create, I don't know, just something cute and romantic. This under eye blush might not be wearable for everyone, but it is super fun. Give it a try. If you don't like it, don't give me a thumbs down just because you don't like my under eye blush. Seems to be a common thing with YouTube, but. So as a makeup artist slash makeup hoarder, I do have a ton of stuff. So for me, purchasing a new palette, especially one that's a little bit pricey like this for $56, I do have to think that it's quite unique to add it to my already extensive collection. So this one definitely caught my eye because, like I was saying, I love the Venus palettes. They have such great blend, no fallout, and they're really cute colors as well. Huge bonus that Limecrime is also a vegan and cruelty-free brand, so I wanted to support this palette, and I am so glad that I did. I would say if you don't like pink, then no, you're not going to like this palette. And for me, I'm not like a huge pink lover. I more so appreciate those red and orangey kind of shades, but I definitely think that you are going to be able to get quite a few different looks out of these. These kind of colors look great on all eye colors, but really, really make hazel eyes pop, and pretty much anything makes blue eyes pop. So it does look glorious on those eye shades, but that's mainly why I love wearing those reddish shades. So this palette is available on limecrime.com. You can also purchase it from Ulta from the 1st of March as well. I will leave the links below. So I'm not going to be doing swatches, but I will leave a link also in the description of all of the swatches that I've seen for them on Instagram, online. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little demo and let you know my thoughts on this palette. I am super duper excited about this, and if you are a reddish pinky eye lover, you are going to love this palette. Just side by side, if you already do have the first Venus palette, it is different from that. I would say this Venus palette is falling more into the orangey kind of warm tones, whereas this is more of the pinky burgundy tones. So it's not completely wasteful if you already have this one to also get this one as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If this has been helpful for you, please give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And don't hold me to it, but hopefully I will get some more time to create some more looks with this beautiful palette. Thank you for hanging out with me today, you guys, and I hope you have an awesome day. See ya!